What happens when there is a lack of communication in any relationship, whether it be work or...
Did you say something?
Yes. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's very cute. See, this is my girl. This is what she does all the time.
Yes.
Yes, lack thereof. How many times do you find it's easier to not express your feelings, whether it's in business, with your spouse, with your children, with a good friend, because you're afraid of what? What are you afraid of? What are we afraid of as humans?
I just think that we're afraid of judgment. Mm-hmm. We're afraid of how somebody might respond. I mean, if you happen to be...
Hold on one second, guys. We're in a parking lot. We do this anywhere and everywhere.
I don't need you to move. I just wondered if you needed me to move.
No, not yet. Thank you so much.
You can take the handicap one now.
Thank you. You're
no,
welcome
we
to
can't.
it.
Thank
No,
you.
she's due out in about 3 minutes.
Okay, we're fine. Thank you
good.
so much.
Thank you.
Everybody else is okay.
It's okay. That's what happens on Thursday Thoughts at 3.
You never know.
Hi, Seraphie.
Hi. Yeah, because, that lady, she needed to communicate something to us.
She did. She communicated very
That's so
well,
nice.
and it was very kind.
It's very kind of her. Anyway, so
judgment.
now you know. Yeah, so I think judgment is an issue for a lot of people, afraid to speak up, afraid of how people respond. If sometimes, like, if you've been in abusive relationships, you're afraid how that's other person. Hi, Jacqui, I love you too. How people would respond. Sometimes they're on the edge. Maybe you're afraid of how people will judge you.
Right. Exactly.
And if you're insecure.
Yes. Or I'm going to go a little step further, based on how you have been brought up and how you carry things forward from your parents' relationship and how you've seen adult relationships as a child.
Right. We tend to recreate relationships over and over again.
Unless we realize they're unhealthy and decide to change them.
Says,
and
I'm
work
not from
actively.
Morocco. Cool.
Hi,
On international days or international.
Adrian. Hey, Amy. How are you?
Hi.
Yeah, the point is learning how to communicate effectively.
Right.
And isn't that what we do as coaches?
We do. And like we work with couples, you and I.
Oh, gosh.
And I also work with mothers and daughters and how to communicate and teach them how to do that.
Absolutely.
So why don't you tell people, like, when you have a couple and you work with them, give people an idea, like, what is it you tell them to do?
Okay. Well, first of all, it depends on what is going on. But usually what happens is, as time goes on when you're a couple, you get caught up in life, in work, in family, in the children, whatever's going on in your life. And who is the person you neglect the most? And it's the one you live with. It's the one you feel more comfortable just being yourself. And unfortunately, that's where the amygdala comes from. It's the fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. I'm now learning about fawn and frozen. Thank you. The 5 F's. Not going to add the 6th F today, guys, but I think you know what that is. When you're in a relationship and you get really upset, it's like, whatever. Exactly. F it, right? So, but the point is, that doesn't serve anybody because that is really the most important relationship in life. So what I tell my couples, first of all, is stop, pause, take 3 cleansing breaths, and let's figure out 3 other ways you might have been able to respond to that. And actually, I have them text me or call me and leave the room to move away from the situation so they can move away from the emotion and into the thinking before they end up seeing me for divorce. That is not something I want.
That's because people, there's trigger response. Like, some people say something, all of a sudden it triggers something in you and you react in a way, viscerally, emotionally, like you said, through the amygdala, and you don't respond in thought.
Absolutely.
And when your amygdala is like, when you're, cortisol and you're anxious and you're stressed, of course, your mind can't focus.
Oh my God.
That's why the deep breaths are good.
It's screaming at you. And then you feel it in your body. And that's when you start to take a lot of short breaths from your chest. So when you feel that, that is a physical indicator to stop.
And take a deep breath into your belly.
Always belly breaths when that happens. And at least hold for 3 to 6 seconds. That is really important. So that's one of the many things. I mean, we do exercises. We do role plays.
There's also the exercise of listening.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think a lot of people are so caught up in saying what they want to say without listening to the other person, listening to the needs of the other person, or being able to express their needs.
Right.
And without the ability to listen to each other and ask each other for, you know, one thing, like, you know, for this week, I'd love for you to be the first one to say I love you. For this week, don't fix it. Just listen.
Right.
You know, all these little things that we have to start asking each other.
Now, from the male point of view, it comes in the other way, too.
Right.
Men, as we know, love to fix it, and women sometimes just want to be heard. But for a woman to be able to communicate more effectively with a man, she has to be able to understand that men think about sports and how they react at the best. They love coaches because coaches lay things out for them in any sport. Go to the left, go to the right, do 5 reps of this. They like it short, simple, and to the point because they want the solution. They want the bottom line. Hi, Renee, Lynn, and Heimel. So women, make the lists for the men, but be very precise. If you send them to the market, I have to tell you, don't just say peanut butter, because that's like telling them run to the right without saying run to the right for a half a mile or run to the right for 5 minutes.
You have to be very specific.
Skippy, creamy, 14 ounces. Otherwise, they're going to call you, and you are going to get extremely upset thinking they are not listening.
Right.
Be very precise, and it's relearning things or learning them for the first time, and do it consistently, and you would be amazed how much better life can be.
And to learn how your partner or anybody else out there responds, know how they deal with things.
And about also, you and me as friends, Susan? How would we
say each other
deal
everything?
With
we tell each other everything.
We
do.
actually,
we're
very,
and we're very straight up with each other too.
Very.
We hold it nothing, but it's all about. It's very constructive, our criticism, but it's not even criticism. It's constructive.
It's constructive because we love each other, and
we
we both know whatever we say to each other comes from the place of wanting the other person to be the best they can be. And that's another thing when you're with somebody who maybe says it in a harsher way. Realize that
where it comes from and not how they say it.
Exactly.
The other thing is, I think a lot of people get upset, like, well, that person should know how I should feel. That person should know where I should, know what I wanted. No, people are not mind readers. Not everybody, and nobody thinks the way you think.
Nobody.
So you got to learn how to express what you want in your life. If you don't find the words, and figure out a different way, draw a picture, cut out pictures, act it out, whatever, but just be specific in your needs and get your, it's all throat chakra, if you can't say what you need, you're stifling yourself, you get choked up, you can get depressed if you don't get your needs met.
I could tell you that, again, I'm going to give you a quick thing that my husband and I do. He never hears me, and I'm sure a lot of women feel the same way. He doesn't hear me. He doesn't hear me. First of all, women, we talk too much. Again, men need it in short, simple terms. Exactly. But my husband, turns out,
we have to stop.
is a visual learner.
Yes.
So he has said to me many times, if I'm upset, write it.
Yes, and I tell my kids, my family, like, if you need me to pick something up, write it. I can't remember it. So
think about asking those questions of somebody you love to understand and communicate more effectively.
And also, pillow talk in one way. Tell your loved one something positive each day before you go to bed.
Gratitude goes a long way.
Gratitude
Susan,
for who they are.
Susan, I love our friendship.
I love our friendship.
We're so lucky. We're so lucky. So everybody, we will see you probably via video because I'm going to be away for a little bit. So Susan and I are going to be connecting virtually. But Thursday Thoughts at 3 will still be here because we love you all.
And by the way, we started our YouTube channel, Thursday Thoughts at 3. And we're bringing up all the old videos so you can actually watch it on our YouTube channel, Thursday Thoughts 3. Look for our cute little faces.
Absolutely. Hey, Ingrid. So everybody, we wish you a great weekend. Everybody, we love you. We really, really do. I don't think we could imagine not doing this.
Thank you for watching us and being our fans. We appreciate it.
So this is Jacqui Atcheson, certified divorce coach and founder at Better Path to Divorce and marriage mediator.
And Susan Greif, trauma creative transformational expert and owner of Mends. Everybody, have a great day and peace out.